of them works.
3 rigs.
Mine are drivable.
3 rigs and a camper, right?
Yeah.
Man.
Oh.
Dang.
Hey, everyone. We are live on the Overland podcast. Thanks for everybody who will be here in just a little bit. We kind of probably shocked everybody by jumping on here live. We got Randy and Rick from Natural State Overland.
Yeah, everybody.
Rendezvous is coming up here pretty quick. It's going to sneak up on us. Y'all probably been working on it a while, but it just seems like last month was October. I don't know if it seems that way to y'all.
It does kind of. It does definitely sneak up on you at this time of year.
Yeah, I bet it does. Well, we know a lot of work goes into this, and we want to get everybody on the same page and make sure everybody knows what's going on and has the time of their life, just like we do every year. So, everybody, thank you for being here. We're going to jump on here really quick. Here we go. All right, guys. Well, we are here in the second week of September, and we got Natural State Rendezvous in the Ozarks coming up. Man, we had a little bit of the good Lord helped us out, and really didn't help us out with the bonfire in the spring.
Yeah, really.
Really hoping this goes better.
Oh, yeah, we hope so for sure.
My goodness, that was a catastrophe in the making. So,
yeah, both in weather and just having to reschedule. That was, of course, we'll never reschedule the. I shouldn't say never, I guess.
We'll never.
Okay, yeah, Rick's backing you up on that. Well, that was just an unfortunate, timely kind of events that went on in the spring. But you can't help it. You just got to take it and go with it and do. But fortunately for y'all, that's not a paid event, so you really didn't. It didn't have to go through all the mess of giving people money back and having to deal with all that. And
Rick started a big old fire for about 10 people.
Yeah, well, having a fire in June in Arkansas, you attract a lot.
Didn't get anywhere close to it, but
I think all the mosquitoes and the bugs and everything enjoyed it. So
I bet.
Yeah.
Next year in June, we're gonna have the Natural State Overland ice bath. We're gonna find a pond and fill it full of ice, and everybody can come jump in it.
There you go.
Don't threaten me with a good time.
Beer bobbing and all kinds of
stuff. Yeah, all that stuff. Well, I know we got a bunch of people that's going to get on here, and we advertised everywhere. We've got several people. There's Lisa right there.
Hey, Lisa.
On. Randy's going to give you a call, Lisa. He needs to find out some stuff. Galen's on here, and we got some more people that's going to join us. So, anyway, coming up, tell us the dates, Randy. When is this going to come up? Next month.
We're October 10th through the 12th this month, so I think a day earlier than last year, maybe. But
month from today.
Oh gosh, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And count.
Yeah, when the event starts, we'll actually be out there that Monday, starting to set up and doing everything. And so, and we always have folks arriving. Some on Tuesday, but quite a few on Wednesday. So sometimes we have folks ask us that, can we come out early, and you're certainly welcome to do that. We just love to see everybody out there. So
that's awesome. I love. I think it's a couple years I've been able to get out there early Wednesday morning, just pull out as early as I can, and it's so nice to be there when nobody else is there and watch everybody roll in. You get everything set up, and you're just sitting there with your coffee and watching everybody roll. It's so peaceful, and it's the calm before the storm. I love that. That's
we're running around with our heads cut off, but y'all,
we'll cheer you on. We're over there cheering you on. Go, Randy.
Well, if you show up early, you're guaranteed at least 3 seasons during Rendezvous. So.
That's exactly right.
That's a fact.
That's exactly right. You'll start off with winter.
Yep.
You'll go through summer, and then you'll go through spring with a little rain, and you'll end with a storm. That's pretty much how it goes.
Bring your all-weather gear.
Yeah, make sure you bring your pants.
Bring your pants. Tony didn't bring any pants last year, and he had to call his wife and say, "Don't leave the house. Bring me some pants. It's cold. It's cold." It was great, man.
And then he was probably sweating the day after that.
sweating the day
Yeah,
with that. And the
I was a little
fog,
bit, yeah.
the fog moved in. I couldn't see Tony
That
5
fog-
feet from me. That was
That was the
amazing.
first time for fog for us, but yeah, you could not see anything.
It was cool. We had everything, and then the wind,
Yeah.
wind came up, started blowing all the stuff
Mhm.
around. It was
Yeah.
great.
Nothing
I tell
lasted that long ago, and it was beautiful Saturday, if I remember right.
you, it was
Saturday
beautiful.
was nice. Yeah.
Absolutely beautiful. So that's awesome. So October 10th to the 12th, 1 month from today. For people who have not registered yet, tell us how we can do that.
Yep. Go to our website, naturalstateoverland.org, and we've got a event page there with a link to register. It'll give you a lot more information about the event, what will be going on, that kind of thing, and then you can just register right online. That'll be available up until probably the end of September, and then we'll cut that off just because it's hard to print registration, check-in sheets and that kind of stuff right up to the last minute. So, but everybody's, if you don't catch us online, you come on out. We'll check you in, register you on site. So
Nobody will be turned away. There's plenty of room. I
That's
promise.
Mhm.
that's
Plenty
right.
Yep.
of room for everybody.
Yeah.
If the
Yeah.
whole
Good room.
If you don't think there's plenty of room, look at Google Earth right now for Mulberry Mountain. It's from one of their big festivals. It's there.
Yeah,
It's tent city. Looks like there's
like
2 million.
10,000 people there.
Yeah,
there
it's
is,
Oh,
and
wow.
they're all about this far away from each other.
Yeah.
I have never seen
Yeah.
anything like it. You can hear 8 tents over. You can hear somebody fart in the middle of the night. It's just the craziest thing I've ever seen.
12 tents.
I don't
down,
know how
still
people
smell it.
camp like that.
Yeah. And
Well,
it's usually warm when they're there too, so that's just got to be miserable.
Oh man, I can't imagine. But anyway, there's plenty of room.
Yep.
If you don't get registered, register beforehand because it helps these guys to know how many people are coming.
Absolutely.
and it gives them a little bit of a heads up.
Yeah, we definitely appreciate it if you can register as early as you can, because and if you want a shirt, want to make sure you get a shirt of our awesome shirts this year. Every year we have awesome shirts, but I like this year's. You can get one online when you register because we order some extras, but we try not to order many because we don't want to keep a bunch of shirts laying around. So
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You don't want to sit
don't
on
want to
them.
store them.
Yeah. So when somebody registers, or if they don't register and they show up at the gate, they pull into Mulberry Mountain, what can they expect? A lot of people want to know if they've been to this event, if they don't been to this event. Some things change from year to year. What can they expect? What will happen when they pull in the gate?
Well, the first thing this year is we have moved the check-in tent. So last year, as you came in, it was on your right as you came in. We've moved it on down a little bit closer to where everything's going on, just to help us a little bit as far as getting around and doing some stuff. And we're going to try it, but we're going to have plenty of signs. So you'll come in. There'll be, we'll have some traffic directional signs now. We're doing some one-way roads and some stuff to try to get the traffic where it's not all balled up. But as you come in, you'll pass Mulberry Mountain office on your left, and then you'll go on down, and there's a horse stable area down there, and we're setting up right in front of that horse stable.
Okay.
So,
will there be any need for anybody to stop at the Mulberry Mountain office or to
No.
do anything there? So everything is handled through you guys.
unless you get there on Tuesday, and you'll have to pay them for your Tuesday camping,
Okay.
because we start our collecting camping on Wednesday. So that's the only thing.
All right. So y'all are going
Good
to be
grief.
good.
You guys weren't kidding. I pulled it up on Google Earth.
Yeah, it's amazing.
I mean,
It's insane.
Yeah.
It's absolutely
Kyle just
insane.
posted looked like Woodstock. So
Yeah.
We show up right after that event, and there's spots that are just dirt. I mean,
Yeah.
they wear it down to nothing.
I can't imagine. I can't imagine.
A lot of times when we get there, that Monday, there's still porta potties waiting to be picked up and that kind of stuff left over from that event. So
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, I think last year, maybe last year and the year before, you had an app where everybody could go and have everything, where they could see the map of where everything was and all the trails. You gonna have that again?
Yep, we got our app
Yep.
out there. If you downloaded it, it should be still on your phone. You'll see where we're starting to update it now.
I got a notification
Out
just the other
there.
day.
Yeah, starting to work on our class schedules and rig roundup schedule and some of that kind of stuff. It's not out there yet, but we're putting that stuff together, and we'll be updating it over the next couple of weeks as well.
That is YAP, right? Yep.
2 P's, I believe.
2 P's.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right.
Yep.
2 P's.
Yep.
2 peas in a pod.
2 P's in a pod.
Yeah.
Great minds.
Yeah, think alike. That's right. Well, that's cool. That makes it so easy for everybody to have it on your phone. Plus, you're in a place where you actually have some phone service, so
Yes.
that actually works out well.
Phone service helps us out a lot, and we've got pages on there just for general chat for everybody that's attending. We've got something on there if somebody's willing to do volunteer for an impromptu trail ride. They can post it up there, and folks can get together and all meet at a designated spot and that kind of stuff. So we're trying to make it as easy as we can for folks to get connected and that kind of thing and get out on the trails.
Very cool. You mentioned volunteers. Do you need volunteers for anything at this point?
Usually we're in pretty good shape. I don't know, Rick, can you think? I mean, volunteers during the event, probably not, but sometimes it'd help to have some volunteers setting up, but that's always kind of hard to,
Yeah, what I would recommend, Joe, is if they want to volunteer, reach out to us after the event and start planning for the following year.
Okay.
Because that makes it a lot easier for us to work with people and have that time allowance to say, hey, can you do this? Can you do these classes? Or can you help set stuff up or whatever? It'd probably be much more streamlined if we got that coming back to us after the event for the following year.
Yeah, that'd be cool, because I know there's a lot of tedious stuff out there that y'all could ask other people to do, so you could get to more of the important stuff.
Rick would probably like it if someone offered to put up T-post for us.
Oh, well, that's where Rick gets his broad shoulders from. I mean, he's almost busting out of his shirt right there.
I'll take volunteers.
T-post. Well, I know it was. I don't know. I think it was last year, but 2 years ago, every time I saw you, Randy, you were putting toilet paper in the porta potties. Y'all need to get some help doing that. You got better things.
Yeah, and we do have now. We had somebody last year actually that helped us get all that done for the porta potties and keep the restrooms there clean. And this year they're actually going to be on site, so I'm not sure they realized what they signed up for there, but we appreciate that.
That's a job. That's a job for sure. What about you gonna have the big shower trailer again?
Yep.
Sweet.
Got the shower trailer coming. So
love it.
And last year we didn't run out of propane, so hopefully we won't.
Well, cold showers. After that bonfire in June, everybody probably wants a cold shower anyway. Well, I'm gonna say, if you're on here and you have any questions about Rendezvous, feel free to post it in the chat, and we'll put it up there and try to get it answered. These are the guys that will get it answered for you. Your vendor area. Tell me about the vendor area compared to last year. People who have been there before, what can they expect? And people who haven't, what can they expect?
I'll let Rick tell you about that. That's his baby.
Yeah, vendor area is going to be a lot like it was last year. We had a ton of great feedback about the way it was set up.
It was good.
I think everybody enjoyed it. It made it feel a little more close knit, like we want it to feel. Again, just a lot of good feedback. So we'll probably go with that same layout and design. We never know exactly, of course, how many vendors we're going to have up until a lot of them may show up that day.
Yeah.
Say, hey, where can we set up? So we worked through that. We've got a good list started this year already. We've got some new people coming in that pretty excited about.
Good.
We've got a trial and error thing going with one of the vendors. We're going to keep that on the down low, but it's something that may work into a different style of event for us in the future. So that's kind of a new thing for us. So we're willing to try anything, and that's going to be something we're trying this year. So we're always trying to make it better according to the feedback that we get, and the vendor area is not going to change because we got that feedback that everybody did like it. So
well, y'all really listen to everybody. I'm telling you, between 2 years ago and last year, the vendor area was night and day. Last year was just like
Home run.
family time
Last year,
for all of us who were camped
vendors-
there.
yeah.
It was so nice. So many people came around multiple times, and it was amazing. We actually got to visit with so many people last year
Good deal.
compared to the year before. So that's one thing that I really admire about y'all is y'all do listen to the feedback and really aim to please the people that come. So that's
Well, Randy's probably the lead taker on a lot of that. He is dead focused on keeping this event family friendly and economical enough for the people that are first timers or don't want to spend a ton of money and go out and do something. I mean, we've told him, Randy, raise the price.
Mhm.
We need, marketing. We need all these things. And he's like, no, he said, I want to keep this as economical and still a great event for people to show up, have a good time, but don't just spend a ton of money going and doing it. So that comes into play with everything that goes in. So we think about the cost of it, keep it as family friendly as possible, pet friendly as possible. And this year, I was trying to think earlier about, what are we going to talk about tonight here on the show? And the thing that really come to my mind was, as staff members this year, we're coasting into, multiple years here, quickly approaching 10, really.
Oh.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And it feels like this year it's going to be like home. Like we've gotten established. The people keep coming. The vendors keep coming. And it just feels like we're coming home for the weekend or something.
Like you got it
really
dialed in. You
We've
got
got
it dialed in.
dialed in. I know Randy works his butt off all year long, and we just kind of pitch in where we can. But it just really seems like this year it's going to be a little reunion, a little bit laid back, a little bit. We may not have as many people, but I think the people that are there are going to be like, you know what? It's not hectic. It's not overwhelming. It's not too loud. People aren't up too late. Things aren't going wrong. It's just going to be a nice, smooth transition into a nice reunion and homely feel. And I'm looking really forward to this year. I think it's going to be a good deal.
Well, I think you hit it out of the park with the word there, and that's what I consider it is. It's a reunion. I've said it multiple times. There's only a few events every year that feels like you can't miss because you only see certain people 1 or 2 times a year, and this is one of those places where you can go, you can make yourself as busy as you want to be, or as laid back as you want to be. It's all up to you, and you can go and you could chill out and visit with friends. You could go stay in your campsite the whole time. You don't even have to leave. You can go down in the vendor area. You can go out on trail rides. You can do whatever you want to. But the people that are there is what make the event. And it's just outrageously cool to me.
Yeah.
So it's one thing.
And we appreciate those that come and offer, I mean, it's in my mind, a lot of it's just about making the newcomers feel welcome, right? And everybody is, does a great job at that, I think. And we get feedback from that, saying that. So, I just say thanks and keep reaching out and helping those folks that are new.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, there's not another event like it around, and it's just an amazing time, and we absolutely love it. That's why we want to support y'all the best we can. Richard wants to know, what do y'all use specific radio channels at the event? Like for the trail rides, is there everybody on one channel, or is there a designated channel? What would you say to that?
Well, we let our trail guides, choose the channel for their groups when they're doing the guided stuff. This year, we are doing channel 20 for emergency or first aid needs there. And we've had several people ask us to do kind of a group channel just for everybody at the event. We're going to try that this year. I'm not quite sure what channel that's going to be. If anybody has any suggestions, let me know, because I know, you never know who's going to be on what channel.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes we'll have a channel for staff so that we can communicate with each other, and of course, folks don't know what that channel is, but folks have always been great. When we ask that they find another channel so that we can keep the one we're on clear. But yeah, I think we're going to try kind of a general channel this year on GMRS for folks that are at the event, if they want to hop on there and try to coordinate a trail run, or catch up with each other, figure out where they are and that kind of stuff. So we'll see how that goes.
That'll be another thing that'll be one that you turn up and turn down if you do that. So I'm tired of listening to these folks, and but then you get on there and you're like, I got to find somebody. Yeah, that'll be fun. That'll be fun. Tell me about camping. How's camping going? Do you still have some electric sites available? Do you have a wild side and a old man side? How's that going to work again this year?
We still have the late night area, although we've talked about trying to maybe quit designating that so much. Quiet hours start at 10 o'clock, no matter what area you camp in. That's the Mulberry Mountain rules, right?
Yeah.
And so, we want to ask everybody to, try to be reasonable about that, and respect their neighbor, basically. But you'll see on the map, it's still called family camping and night owl camping, I think. So that's the same. Electric sites, I'm glad you said something. I think we still have some, and that's unusual for this late in the game. So if you're looking for an electric site, get on and get registered. There's not many left. We do have some people actually sharing electric sites, and so then we may have two rigs. Decide they want to have some electricity or water or whatever, and we've seen more of that this year. Too, people sharing sites. I think the limit's two rigs in a site. So, but yeah,
some of their sites could probably fit 3 rigs.
Yeah, some of them are big.
The way they're not, they're
because they're made for big RVs, and most people that come to this do not have a big RV. So if you've got a trailer and a rig, man, and they're nice over there, and that is one of the nicest bathrooms I've ever seen. At a campground.
Yeah.
So,
and I was going to mention that. I mean, that is one advantage of the electric sites. You have they have a code to that facility, and unless they share that code, it stays within the folks in the electric site. So they do have access to that facility where others don't.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Well, just to recap a little bit, make sure you go to naturalstateoverland.org and register. If you don't register, you can come and register that day. The registration booth will be down by the horse barn, and you can do everything there. And is that where everybody will get their wristbands and all that stuff when they get there?
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah. We'll just remind everybody, we give out windshield stickers when you register. That sticker needs to be on your windshield before you leave that the check-in. That's how we know. That's it. Really the only way we know. If we don't see that windshield sticker on your rig, we're going to assume that you come in and not paid. So you'll, at the very least, be stopped and have to get that on. So it just helps us out a lot if you get that windshield sticker on there.
Yeah, with people coming and going at an event like this, going out and doing trail rides and coming back in, it's really hard to keep up with everybody. So you kind of have to keep a tab on that. And we're hoping that everybody wants to be honest and being here. So Kim says, if you've already registered, but maybe you want to add a day or two of camping, how do you go about doing that?
You can just do that when you check in.
Okay.
So, just let them know when you check in, and they'll take your money.
Yeah,
They will not turn your money down. They will not turn your money down.
Some of that will depend on what day they come in. If they come in like Monday or Tuesday, they'll have to deal directly with the office at Mulberry.
Right.
And after that, they'll just have to deal with us. So
Okay. All right. That's perfect.
I got a put a shout out to Chris Holloway. He's providing free firewood for the event again this year. So we always appreciate Chris and More Expo. He does More Expo. So shout out to Chris. Thanks, Chris. If you're on here, I know you're much appreciated by everybody that attends.
Yes, sir.
That makes a big difference for folks. So thank you.
Awesome. That's cool. What else, Randy? You said you had a list of stuff you wanted to cover. Let's talk about it.
So I don't know how many people have heard about Patty Upton and the Sand Ship Discovery. It's a CJ5, 1966 CJ5 that did the Darien Gap and did a lot of other stuff. Patty is kind of making the rounds and telling her story, her and her late husband's story, basically. The Sand Ship Discovery will be on display.
Oh,
and
nice.
she'll be doing two different presentations, one on Friday and one on Saturday, I believe. And from what I've heard, it is just phenomenal. Everybody I've talked to that have talked to her or heard her story, she's very interesting. Just her life and their life together, all the places they had been and that kind of stuff. And this was back 40, 50 years ago or something. So they didn't have the conveniences we do when we're out there a lot of times. So
they didn't have a scuttle or no.
We lost the.
We lost the main character on the Professor Bats and Friends. I think every now and then his internet service drops him.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, he'll be back on here in a minute. Randy, just go on with what you got to say here.
I think that the Ozark National Forest is kind of like the Darien Gap right now with all the trees.
Gosh.
We may have
I've heard
send the CJ5 back out to do some
right.
recon work.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen social media posts where there's lots of trees down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The other thing this year, we've upped our game on the off-road training. So Jason Landon with Ozark 4x4 has done it for us for the last couple of years. He's going to be back. He's bringing in a partner, not a helper, but another trainer, basically. So we've kind of doubled our offering there. There he is. Doubled our offering on the kind of off-road training type classes. And we're also trying something new this year. We're going to have a trail that Jason's actually building or modifying, I guess I should say, here this week. And so they'll be doing some on-trail type hands-on kinds of training, I don't know, just different, working with different obstacles and that kind of stuff.
Situational.
Yeah. So, we appreciate Jason and Raul. They've both done work for and built tracks, training courses for the expo, the big expos, and for a lot of the like Land Rover and some of the big names in off-road type things. So we're looking forward to that. It's going to be limited, of course. We can't just get everybody out there on that, but hopefully this will be the beginning of maybe trying to do something bigger next year. So we're going to see how that goes.
Nice.
Another thing we're going to try is Mulberry Mountain has a big kind of convention hall, I guess you'd call it, where they do weddings and just a lot of different things. That's where we have the vendor dinner on Thursday evening. But they've kind of set it up now, and they've got what they call the Mountain Goat Saloon. And from time to time, they will open that up, and we've asked them to open it up for us on Friday evening, possibly Saturday evening as well, but Friday evening probably for, I don't know, maybe 3 hours, 6 to 9, something like
Mhm.
that. For anybody that just wants to go up and get a drink, and we're gonna hopefully have some kind of band or music up there that Friday night for folks that just want to kind of get away and relax and
That's cool.
you know, a little entertainment thing. So we'll see how that goes. But we're working with Mulberry Mountain to get that set for this year.
Or if you want to get married,
There you go.
show up
If you
6
want
to
it, yeah.
9 on Friday.
Yeah.
At the Mountain Goat Saloon. That'll make some good pictures.
I know we've had engagements at past Rendezvous.
Yeah.
So I don't know that we've had a wedding yet. So yeah.
Oh, you could be the first. You could be the first. You know, Chris Holloway says if somebody proposes or if somebody gets married at More Expo, they get to go to More Expo for life.
Really?
So, yeah.
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 Well, that's
Isn't that something?
Yeah.
What if they get divorced? Do they have to get divorced at More?
Yeah,
Expo?
it ends right there. It ends, you know.
Well, it
You
just
know how
depends.
people are. They'll get married just to go to something for free, you know. So they can't honor that forever. So.
Well, they'll just have to get custody of the free pass.
Yeah.
They'll have to fight
you
that
gotta
out in
go
court.
Get custody of free.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
There you go. Couple other things. We're doing rig roundup again this year. We kind of started it last year, so we'll have we've asked for volunteers to kind of show off their rig and talk to folks about how they built it, what they've got in it, those kind of things. So that'll be Friday and Saturday. We've got folks signing up for time slots of about an hour and a half probably.
That's cool.
And we'll have like 3 rigs in each time slot.
That's cool.
We'll be in the vendor area again, so folks can kind of stop by and take a look. Those will change throughout those 2 days, and so we'll run through probably, I don't know, maybe 30 rigs or more, that way, so folks can kind of see hands-on and get, ask questions, especially new folks and stuff that might have questions about specific rigs or types of builds and that kind of stuff.
Gotcha.
That's fun.
Yeah,
I love that.
Just for general awareness on that too. Hopefully, that's going to be on the east corner of the vendor area. So that's where it was last year. We're going to shoot to have it there again this year because it's about the easiest in and out without going through the whole crowd and stuff. So, so if you're scheduled on that, please look on the mapping. It should be on there as to where it's going to be at. So
yeah,
cool.
Okay.
Yeah, always. I mean, this event we have a lot of folks in rigs and camping in the fields and that kind of stuff, and rigs coming and going. So just a reminder, go slow and watch out for our kids and other folks and our pets. Pets reminds me that we always have people asking, are pets allowed? And yes, they are allowed. They're encouraged. But we're pretty strict about keeping them on a leash just to respect other folks out there.
Yeah.
So please bring them, but keep them on a leash and everybody will have a good time.
Yeah. One thing that I always seem to wonder about, especially with this on Mulberry Mountain since you're there, and is you keep a specific section kind of roped off for the Saturday night thing, the giveaways, and when Rick does his thing, when Burn It Rick comes out. So do people need to try not to park in that area, or do you want people to park there and sit in their vehicles or bring their chairs? How do you want people to do that?
Thanks for bringing that up.
Because that always seems to be confusing, and people seem to pull in there and block the views. And
and last year was kind of the first year where it seemed like folks decided they wanted to pull up and make it like a outdoor movie or something.
Yeah, drive in. Yeah,
on top of their rigs and that kind of stuff.
It's not drive-in Rick. It's sit-in Rick. So
that's right. So no rigs there. We don't really rope it off technically because that's just a lot of roping.
A lot of T-poke.
We do try to keep a watch on that area and ask folks not to camp there. And on the map we do have it marked off for that reason on the map. So yes, this year I'm going to try to have some access lanes in that area, because I know, everybody just kind of brings their chairs and it's a big group there. That hurts Rick, and it really makes the raffle a little bit longer, because it takes longer for people to get up front to get their winnings.
Mm-hmm.
So we're hoping maybe we can have a couple of lanes to where folks can get out and come and go, keep those lanes clear for that reason.
Yeah, makes sense. Yeah, that is always a fun time. Everybody enjoys that time, and y'all always have some amazing things to give away. And a lot of people don't know, but you get donations from the vendors, so all the vendors there will donate something. So there's something from everybody that's there. So you have a ton of stuff to give away. So in order to keep that from going like 2 days long, you got to make it as quick as possible, because
yeah, and we try to let our vendors come up, and say a few words, because we feel like we owe it to them, and we do. I mean, our vendors, are really important to us, and like you said, we couldn't do that without them. And so, I'd just say, hang in there, thank the vendors, make sure you get through the vendor area at least once and see all the vendors, because they're the ones that make that possible.
Yeah,
we love it. We love being there. It's my favorite event of the year. I love going there. Always do. Anything else, Randy? You got on your list?
What about fire?
Fires, we always, in the kind of the wooded area there, you can have fire rings and that kind of stuff. Mm-hmm. But if you're on any of the grass area, it needs to be above ground fire pit kind of thing. Mm-hmm. They don't want any kind of fires, on the ground. And so, help us do that. I'll also mention, last year, we had an issue and people leaving their firewood scattered all over the place, the extra firewood that they didn't use. So we're going to try to designate a place this year on the map to bring any extra firewood you have before you leave, and kind of put it in the spot for us. It just helps us so much when we get ready to start trying to close everything down and that kind of stuff. So one, don't take more than you think you'll use, because it's limited, and we always run out of the free stuff. And so, we don't want, we want everybody to be able to take advantage of that.
Leave no trace, people.
Yeah.
Or wood.
Yeah, even fire. What a lot of people don't understand is we're there on Sunday till it's all done, till it's all picked, all cleaned up. That includes trash, barrels. I mean, firewood, you name it. So we're there till doomsday, until it's ready for the next people to come in. So those little things like that mean a lot to us.
Yeah, and I want to hit on that too, because a couple of years I was actually in a booth and I had to leave early, and Randy, you had to message me, and for vendors too, clean up your mess. Take your trash, put it in the dumpster. Don't. It's not right for these guys to have to come back and clean up after us like we're 5-year-olds. So
last year was better. Last year was a lot better. The year before was kind of rough on the vendor side, but I think we got the word out, and absolutely, just take your car.
Well, you can't say that enough, because that's just not the right thing to do. So,
and we put 2 30-yard dumpsters out there for that reason, and we'll admit they're probably not located in the most convenient places, but there's not a convenient place when you can camp anywhere and you don't want a dumpster right next to your camp.
Yeah, exactly.
So we try to get it away from the populated spots a little bit, but then that means you're going to have to walk a ways or drive to a dumpster to get rid of stuff. But
and another thing that I want to hit on, I want to commend y'all on really working hard for this, because a lot of people don't understand the logistics that go on to putting this together. They don't understand that it's really hard to find somebody that will haul porta potties out in the middle of nowhere. It's really hard to find food trucks that will go out in the middle of nowhere. It's really hard to find people that will tote dumpsters out in the middle of nowhere. But yet y'all still press on, and you still want us to have this event in a beautiful area that's not heavily populated, but still the logistics of putting this together is it gives me a headache just thinking about it. And I know y'all have to deal with that. A lot of people don't understand that. They don't realize that. They just show up and have a good time and go home. So that's just something that a lot of people don't think about.
And we're fortunate to have, a venue like Mulberry Mountain, because believe me, one of our stipulations, or what's important to us, is to have something close to trails to where you're not having to drive a long way to trails. They're right in the middle of the Ozarks. But we've looked to try to find another place like that in the Ozark National Forest. You just can't.
And you can't have the event wouldn't be the same if you had it in an off-road park. It just wouldn't be the same. No. And you could get all that in the middle of a city, an off-road park, but for where it is and be able to enjoy our free land that that we're able to get out and enjoy, it's amazing. But
you can't get that even just on normal private land. I mean, if you go out in the middle of a field, you're going to have generators for days, right?
Yeah.
I mean, where we're at, we've got electricity for the vendors, and that makes it a lot quieter.
Yeah.
We've got the shower trailer that comes in. They've got facilities there as well that people can use. So all that stuff adds up to make the event what it is. The venue is great. If you just pull it out into the middle of a hayfield, it's going to be a different story.
Yeah.
And you're going to see true overlanding at that point, but but it's also not going to be quite as nice. So
and a lot of people wouldn't be ready for that either.
We want folks to come out. We want folks to bring their families and to enjoy themselves. And we realize that this is not what we do when we're out there with just a couple 10 rigs or something, and that's why we do it. We like the self-sufficiency of that part of it. But for an event like this, it's just hard to do that and get mom and the kids out there.
Well, another thing that you'll see if you come to this is you'll see everybody that's all kinds. You'll see people in massive $100,000 built rigs. You'll see people that almost have to push their vehicles to get in the gate. I mean, it runs the gamut from one side to the other. You'll see people in ground tents, rooftop tents, and hammocks. You'll see people who have everything, and you'll see people who are interested and want to know. I'm interested in this lifestyle. What y'all do, and we want to get out there and see the rig. You're in a place that makes it fun for everybody, because you can go out in the middle of the field and camp and use solar, or you've got the places where you can and do all that kind of stuff. So it's really a good spot for everybody, and the perfect spot, I think.
Yeah, that's one thing that I'd really encourage any newcomer and even veterans to go out and walk through the parking lot, walk through the campsites, visit with the people who are out there, ask them about the products. If it's something that you're interested in buying and you don't know about it and you see one on somebody's rig, go over and talk to them. That's what most of us like. We want to talk about products, talk about our experiences, and visit with other people that maybe he's got something that you want to talk about. So there's a lot of that interaction that can take place just by walking through the parking lots and through the camping areas and visiting with people with like-minded things. So I encourage that a lot. That's a good place to learn about a lot of product.
It is, and nobody will look down on anybody. And if there's one thing that people at this event love to talk about, it's their stuff. Yeah. And you walk up to somebody and say, "Man, that's a nice rig. Tell me about it." I mean, you're going to be there for an hour. So I mean, that's one thing that people love to talk about. So and I've been to this every year but one, and that's everybody has. There's been so many people that's come up to us and say, "Where'd you get this? How'd you do this? How'd you build this?"
Yeah.
And my face lights up, and I'm just like, "Whoa, here we go. Let's talk about it." And everybody's different. Everybody's got a different kind of style or different rig. They live different ways. They need different things. And that's just something that people love to talk about. So nobody's going to look down on you. Ask questions. Walk up to them. Don't be afraid to ask a question. You're going to love it. It's going to be great.
That's right.
One more thing.
He drives a Jeep, and and people ask him stuff all the time. And I'm like, I have no idea what he's talking about. And if I'm able to get my vehicle there, I'm gonna talk about it. And I'm like,
hey, just tell him,
tow it down there.
Yeah,
tow it down.
Yeah, man,
I'll bring my Jeep and we'll tow it down
Oh my gosh, I can't stand it.
We need to, go down there and help him or something. I want to get this LS swap done on your FJ before.
I've talked to my wife about that. Believe it or not, I have mentioned that.
I mean,
LS, and until I got to the price, and then she.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's usually the way it works.
I can almost buy a Jeep for that while I pay for an LS.
Yeah. The other thing we kind of did last year and we'll do again this year is our storyteller area that seems to have gotten kind of popular. So we'll have an area kind of just off the vendor area again, where those that are content creators, our YouTubers, or our Instagrammers, or all those kind of folks, if they want to get out and kind of be accessible by some of their followers and that kind of stuff, meet some of their followers, that kind of stuff, there'll be an area that they can do that. And so
is that going to be at a specific time, Randy, that they'll be out there doing that?
Yeah, it's going to be I kind of leave it up to them to set their schedule, and I try to get that from them before the event and put it on our app so that they'll know kind of when they'll be around. We don't want them to have to sit there all day because they're out there to enjoy the other stuff too. But I do give them kind of a choice of, I think it's 2-hour blocks, out there. Some of them choose to camp and be there all day, and some of them just want to be available for a couple hours and then go do their thing other places. So it's kind of a mix. We're still kind of trying to feel this one out and figure out what works best for everybody. But we want to give those folks a chance to get out in front of folks, and especially the new folks. It's not all about having 100,000 followers or views or whatever. We like
like and subscribe to Natural State Overland.
Speaking of that, subscribe to Natural State Overland. Yeah,
get on Facebook.
Yeah, but we want to help those folks starting out as well. So that goes with vendors too. We always try to work with we've got several vendors. One that's basically starting their company at the Rendezvous this year. So we always try to work with those folks and help them out where we can.
That's cool.
One thing I will say is, if any of those guys are out or watching or listening or going to catch this later on or something, if you have signage for your stuff, bring it to the storyteller booth with you. We did get some feedback last year about the location of the storyteller booth, so we'll take that into consideration this year. Signage is always a hard thing. It's very expensive for us to purchase it and put it up for everybody and stuff. But we'll work on that this year and try to make it a little more convenient for people, and a little more noticeable. But also check your Yap app for people that are wanting to go by there. It should be labeled as to where they'll be at as well. So
yeah.
Exactly.
We did have somebody comment last year. We basically had 2 10x10 pop-ups that folks could sign up for a spot in, storytellers and that kind of thing. We had our big storyteller banner kind of over the front of one of them, and evidently that blocked a lot of folks from seeing anything that was behind there. So this year I'm going to try to get it up above the pop-ups so that we're not blocking anybody's view there. But we appreciate that kind of feedback from folks and encourage it. So thanks for that.
Yeah.
Are y'all relying mainly on the app most of the time, or is there a information tent where people can go just in case they don't have cell service or anything like that? Is it?
Yeah, we've tried to up our game on the information boards, we call them. And we've got them on the map. We've got the location of, I think we have them in 4 places. So we'll have one at the check-in. We'll have one at the trail information booth. We'll have one in each of our class tents. So, you go to a class and you want to, see where the next class is, or so we'll have at least those, 5, I think, locations with the schedule, the rig roundup schedule, the class schedule, a map, those kind of things on there. We usually have a QR code for our Yap app there. If you haven't got it, you can download it right then. So we're trying to trying to spread those out a little bit more and make them more available to folks.
Yeah, but if there are any immediate changes, if something changes due to weather or due to somebody that's teaching a class that doesn't show up,
Yeah.
that app is basically the only way we have of getting that immediate communication. So definitely download that.
Can you give me a general idea of the schedule for, like, are there rides on Thursday, Friday, no rides on Saturday, classes on Friday or Saturday? Give me a general idea. You don't have to tell me when everything is, but I know y'all kind of keep it kind of centralized.
Yeah. Last year we kind of changed things around a little bit. And so our vendors are required to be there starting Friday morning, Friday and Saturday. They are welcome to show up on Thursday if they want to. So Thursday is kind of a transition day for us as far as vendors go. Classes, we've changed to Thursday and Friday. Same way with our guided trail rides. We're trying to keep Saturday open more for just hanging out, and we want to make sure everybody gets through the vendor area, and Saturday always seems to be a popular day for that, and so we're trying to keep that available and for folks there. So Rig Roundup will be Friday and Saturday because it's in the vendor area, so we kind of tag on with the vendors there. Same way with the storyteller area as well. So yeah.
The raffle will be Saturday night or Saturday night. Okay. Yeah, Justin wanted to know if you're splitting them up or doing one or two. So
we've talked about trying to split them up, and we always have mixed feedback there because we don't want to take away from folks time around the campfire and that kind of stuff too, and we want to make it available to everybody, and so we're sticking with the Saturday night thing. If you feel real strong about it, like I said, let us know. We're not opposed to changing things, but it just seems like trying to do it 2 nights just creates more issues than it.
And that's going to start at what time on Saturday?
Check the app. I think we tried to start at 5 last year. I don't know. Do you remember, Rick? 5 or 5:30?
Yeah, I think we started around 5 last year.
We try to get done before dark. For folks. So
try to get done before dark on Sunday.
Yeah.
And there's nothing on Sunday, right? So people can take their winnings back, go to bed, get up, have a late breakfast, and then pull out anytime that they need to.
Yeah.
Is there a certain time that y'all want people to try to vacate the property so y'all can clean up, or y'all just cool with whatever?
No, just if you camp Sunday night, you're going to need to pay Mulberry Mountain to camp Sunday night. But they're welcome. You're welcome to do that. But other than that, anytime Sunday, we usually don't roll out of there until around 2 or 3, something like that. Sunday afternoon, 4, 5,
6.
But
he forgets that I have like 4 vehicles, 3 trailers, a side by side,
that's true,
and 20 bales of hay, and all that stuff I have to load up back with me. So.
Rick's got all the trucks in the trailers and the rigs, so it's legit.
It'd be a little quicker, and half of them were running, but that's the way it goes.
Right.
So all my stuff is running. Joey's isn't, and he's kicking me.
I may need to borrow one, Rick. I may need to borrow one.
There you go.
You can drive my Tundra. That way you'll still be in a Toyota.
Oh, man. That just hit close to my heart, Rick.
I will throw this out there. We have not made a final decision on this, but we are considering offering a second raffle ticket to folks this year. They'll have to pay for it, and that money will go to Tread Lightly or some good cause like that. So it won't come back to us. It'll give folks maybe a second chance to win something. And so we've had that suggestion, and we've talked about it off and on. Yeah. We're not sure about pricing yet, but
just one. They can just one.
You don't want to do like arm length or anything.
No, we're not gonna. We want everybody to have a pretty even, chance of winning something.
Okay.
That's always been our thing. And like I said, we don't make any money off this raffle, so it's all vendor donated and that kind of stuff. And so I know
twice as many burn it tickets. So just so
Yeah.
Yeah.
We get folks that maybe win a shirt or something at the first, and then they're sitting there the rest of the time and don't have a chance to win anything. So we've had folks ask, and we thought, well, this will be a way to maybe raise some money and help out a good cause, and also give folks a chance to get one more ticket. So
Speaking of
right on.
Speaking of donations, Rick is looking for a flamethrower so he can actually burn it when he burns it. Yeah,
Yeah.
so that'll be good.
Yeah.
do that. We can make that. Just before we run out of time here, I do want to say a big, huge thank you to Rodney Long and the Adventure Recon guys. They do all of our trail stuff. They're going out this weekend and running trails. They're going to be cutting lots of timber out of the way, trying to get stuff open for us. So we can't thank them enough. They do so much for us. They basically make that part of the world in our event easy for us. So
absolutely,
those guys right there, they knock it out of the park every year. We always get great feedback from our the people who do the guided trail stuff, and for the participants. And we just thank you for taking care of that.
Man, all the people that y'all have that are donating their time to make this possible is it blows me away, and absolutely love it. That's one thing about our state. We love our state. June and July may suck when it comes to weather as far as overlanding goes, but the people are good. We got some good people here. And I know that this event draws people from so many states, and I know that they come here and see how amazing the people are. So
we got 4 folks coming from Canada this year, so we got to be nice to our Canadian friends this year.
Bring them on.
Right on.
They'll be coming down to the south, eh?
There you go.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah.
Love it.
And I can't get off here without thanking my appreciation for my staff. So. Rick and Nikki and Nathan and Justin and Todd, we basically do this with that group of folks, and I could not do it without them. So,
man, that's great.
If you see any of them, thank them while you're there.
He would just have a hard time replacing me.
Well, that is true. I'm not going to say that you're irreplaceable, but you would be hard to replace.
It's really close to that, though.
We'd have to do auditions to get a new raffle MC.
All right,
man,
irreplaceable. Hey, Joey, real quick, on the topic of raffles, Justin Williams has got a raffle going. I think anybody that collects knives might be interested. There's a PKV knife being raffled off for a good cause. I think he's paired up with the guys over to Okie Overland. So if you interested in winning a knife, go check it out. I think it's a post on Instagram on Okie Overland. Reach out to Justin Williams. He can give you the details. So
sweet.
Win you a really cool knife.
Both good vendors that be at the Rendezvous too.
Yeah.
Well, guys, thank y'all so much for coming on. Great information as always. We look forward to seeing you. If I don't see you before then, we will see you a month from today.
Yeah. Hey,
that's right.
If anybody's got any other questions after the podcast, day before, day of, whatever, reach out to us on Messenger. That's probably the quickest way to get in touch with me and Randy or any of the staff as far as that goes. We'll answer all your questions, take care of you the best we can as always, and we appreciate everybody showing up.
Shoot, yeah.
Right on.
Well, guys, take care.
Joey and Tony for having us on. Appreciate it.
You bet you. Always glad to have you guys on. We love you guys and support everything that you do, and really look forward to Rendezvous 2024. It's going to be awesome.
Fantastic.
Here we go.
That's right.
All right. Thank y'all for listening. Thank you for
Thanks.
watching. Appreciate you being here. We'll see you in a month. Go to naturalstateoverland.org and register, or just show up, and we'll see you there. Hey, have a good week.
Have a good week.